Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I recently ran a survey on my Instagram page regarding what video you would like to see next, and the vote has been towards career and code oriented. So before we start talking about that, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That is going to help the channel to grow. What we're going to talk about today is actually about my closest companion in those 4+ years at Amazon, and I'm talking about SQL or SQL. You can use those terms interchangeably. There are some people which prefer one and other people that prefer the other, but we are really free, so we don't care about that. Why is it important to learn SQL? Maybe you're thinking about picking up a new skill, or you're just curious about it, or you want to have a career change. SQL is a query language. It means that you're gonna use it to interact with databases, to interact with tables, to interact with data in general. So like modeling the data, or like rearranging the data in different ways, performing some calculations, and ultimately you can even build entire reports using that, which is great, and is already maybe making you thinking about several professions, because SQL is used by a lot of different job families. So you have like data analysts, data scientists, business intelligence engineers, business analysts. Like the list of jobs that are actually using SQL on a daily basis is really big. And you can understand, and by picking up this new skill, there are like a lot of doors that could open in front of you. So wherever you're here because you wanted to learn something new, or if you wanted to have a career change, well, SQL I think is a great place to start. Besides like traditional ways of learning SQL, such as how I did at university, there are like a lot of resources online that you can leverage in order to build some knowledge around that. You can have paid resources and free resources. You can have good resources and bad resources. I did some research, especially because I wanted to recommend something, as I know that I have several friends interested into that, and you all are probably, if you're still here, it means that you're really interested as well. I'm gonna start first with the free resources, and then I'm gonna mention very quickly something towards the paid ones, because to be honest, when it comes to those skills which are still pretty basic, I would not encourage going for paid courses, besides if you really know that paid course is really good, because most of the times having a practical knowledge is much better than having a certification. Let's start with some free resources. My go-to website every time I have a doubt, or like every time I don't remember something about SQL, is actually W3 Schools, which is an incredibly great website that has like lessons towards each and every single item, or like keyword, or like logic of SQL. It even lets you run some code snippets. It really helps you build the basic knowledge that is gonna be the foundation of everything you're gonna do. I actually used W3 Schools a lot, especially when at the beginning of my career, when I was an intern, to prepare for interviews, or to revisit some concepts that I saw at university, but then I forgot because I didn't use them a lot after that. W3 School is actually completely free, so you can just go on the address that I'm gonna link in the description, and then you can access the different modules and go through a self-paced learning platform, basically, where you're gonna have lessons, you're gonna learn about the keywords and everything connected to that. Moving on to something a bit more advanced, I wouldn't recommend you to start immediately from that, but for example, if you start with W3 Schools, this next thing is gonna be the next thing that I would highly recommend you to do, and it's actually to try to complete as many challenges as possible on HackerRank. So most people, when they think about HackerRank, they think about all programming languages and then like coding interviews and so on and so forth. And also for SQL, also for jobs like a business intelligence engineer or like data engineer, you will have probably to do a coding exercise which is going to involve some SQL. And on HackerRank, you're going to be able to find all sorts of challenges, starting from like the very easy ones in which you're just going to have to type a couple of commands, up to the most difficult ones that are going to require like intense thinking and maybe writing down way more complex logic, which, by the way, most of the stuff that I saw on HackerRank are even more complicated than what we do on our daily job. That's a very good place to go to, especially because there is a very strong community. So if you're stuck on an exercise, you can ask for help, or you can check the solutions that other people wrote. So definitely recommended to check it out. Another free resource that I recommend, of course, is Stack Overflow. So every time you find yourself blocked on something, try to look it up on Stack Overflow, try to ask the community on how to solve it, and for sure there are gonna be people that already asked your question, and so you can just go in there and then basically reverse engineering their problem in order to learn how to solve yours. Which is like a great resource. Like Stack Overflow is the key of everything that is like computer engineering related. Like all the questions are there, and super skilled people are always available to reply. Another free resource that I actually really like is Coursera. So Coursera is one of those platforms that you can follow several courses, and despite the fact that they are trying, of course, to make you pay, you can audit the entire course for free. So it's gonna be like going to university or like going to school and have like the best teacher in the world, or like attend a course from the best university for free. You just need to audit, and then you just go through the content in a self-paced manner, and then watch the videos, maybe train the exercises, and so on and so forth. Here is kind of like an intermediate hybrid solution, because you can also pay in order to get the certificate. But then this connects to what I started saying at the beginning. For things as basic as learning how to use SQL, I would highly discourage you to pay for getting a certificate, besides if you think it's going to be really important for your curriculum or like your career, because usually you just need to write on your CV that you know SQL in order to be invited, for example, to a SQL interview. Having certifications can make things a bit easier, but personally I will focus on learning the skill, because if, for example, I'm gonna interview you for a job and I see that you have your certificate but you're not able to solve a simple challenge, that's not gonna go well in the interview process. Let's consider now the paid solutions such as Udemy or Udemy, I don't know how to pronounce it, Datacamp, and the others. So first of all, I will invite you to be very careful, because, for example, if you approach Udemy, everybody could upload a course in there. So you are not sure that the content is actually worth the money that you're paying. And especially what's really weird is that the courses are constantly on sale. So every time you see a course, if you see it full price, just wait like a couple of weeks and then it's going to be discounted maybe at $10 or like $15. So that's something that I will invite you to check. And also, before buying anything, check the reviews, try to understand how legit is the course, try to understand who is the teacher, so to see if it's reliable or not. Datacamp is a bit more worth the money, especially because it's very interactive. It lets you work on a lot of exercises, it sends you reminders and all sorts of stuff that can be really useful if you're not super motivated and you need like an extra push. But as I was saying here, there are so many free resources online, which I would highly recommend you to check those first, so to get an idea if that's the right thing for you, what will be the best way to approach learning this new skill. And last but not least, still in the free resources, going back to the free resources, there is YouTube. There are like tons and tons of channels of people that are really experts that can teach you and maybe like solving exercises together completely for free. So just need to go on your search bar and look up for a course in SQL. So that's a wrap. Thank you for staying with me until the end. I hope you found this video useful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, follow me on all the other platforms, and let me know in the comment down below if you will be interested if I would actually start teaching some SQL on this channel or on a different channel. Like, let me know. I'm really open also towards like how to steer the direction of this channel. I'm really interested in what you learn, in what you want to learn and what you want me to talk about. And don't forget to check my other videos that are gonna appear somewhere here. And until next time, ciao.